This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today we're here at Chambers Bay in University Place, Washington. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all the action out on the course. Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
First and foremost, Rich is going to be the host of the 2015 US Open, but it's a true links golf course designed by Robert Trent Jones II. Breathtaking views of the Puget Sound, as well as the Olympic Mountains on a clear day.
Frank, you think of links golf, you think of Scotland, the home of golf. Links in the state of Washington?
That's right, and it is a true links too. Wide fairways. You're going to have a little bit of imagination today as well, because when this golf course plays firm and fast, you've got to play the bump and run, and you will need a ton of variety of shots around the greens. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that. Second shot.
Now the third shot for Snedeker. Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Settles in over the putt. Wow, I thought he made that. That's a poor putt to start.
Wicked, to say the least.
To 1 over par early on in this round. Now at the second and a medium length par 4, Frank.
Yeah, a slight dogleg to the left, rather long, skinny green here, well bunkered all the way down the left side. Really anything down the right, and the natural contours of the land should kick that ball a little to the left.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
For Snedeker, this is for par. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. At the third tee now, Frank, and what are we staring at here?
This green is anything other than symmetrical, so be very, very cautious on where the flag is. Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners, well, if you can call them corners, more like ragtails, but beautiful par 3.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really that was a rather poor approach shot.
This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. Looks like he just misread that. In for par. Frank, here on the fourth tee, you get a good look, don't you, at what Chambers Bay really is all about.
It's framed beautifully, Rich, by the bunkers there, left, short, off the tee, plus the ones down the right side. You can see everything in front of you, but the hole does bend to the right. This is another one where you've got a generous fairway, but don't be fooled by that. It's fairway first.
Tough par 4 measuring 495 yards.
The great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here.
Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the win right now.
And right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that they don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today.
Getting set now over the putt. Continues to putt beautifully. Well, Frank, here at the fifth, and I'm not sure about my chances at a hole that's called free fall. I mean, are you kidding?
Well, should be free fall for you, that's for sure, and free fall for a lot of people playing it today. The hole looks straight away, but you'll see it starts to pinch in, that fairway that is, by bunkers left and right, and those bunkers come in exactly where you're trying to hit your tee shot. Oh, that's fine.
None other than the great Tom Watson said that Snedeker has great imagination, Frank.
Yeah, we still haven't seen the best of Brandt Snedeker yet. Dabbled in a couple of major championships, got very, very close to winning the Masters as well as the Open Championship at Royal Lytham and St. Anne's. Just the way, his style of play. Very, very simple golf swing and a great putter.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. On the way. Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Ready to tee off here at the sixth. Frank, where are you looking to land the ball off the tee here?
Well, as long as it's not in the rough, the bunkers, well, there's no trees here, really. That little green strip, that runway down there, another hole that bends to the right, but find the fairway. The fairway's wide enough. You've got a pretty good idea exactly where you want to go. And once again, this is one of the shorter par 4s. So good drive here, just a short iron in.
Getting set for another approach. Our featured golfer really looks dialed in at this point.
Yeah, right now this is a great feeling to have as a golfer. Your swing's good, the timing, it's almost like it's just completely natural. You don't have to think. The swing is exactly where you want it to be. So really you're just looking at the flag in front of you.
Brandt Snedeker ready for the approach. Solid play, heart of the green. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Frank, this is a daunting challenge. The 7th hole, long par 4. It's over 500 yards.
A huge bunker down the right side that probably runs for a good 200-300 yards. Obviously, that's to be avoided. And then, of course, there's the mounds and the hummocks and the dunes and that on the left side. That's the reason, really, why this hole's called Humpback. But then, a little bit like the golf course, there's only one greenside bunker to be worried about, but enough green left of that.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got to weigh a little bit on that tee ball. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way,
Exactly.
Rich, it really did.
Now the approach shot here at the 7th, Frank, and this one is up the hill.
It is, and the green is sort of split into thirds. There's a little piece back left, there's a piece back right, and that bigger portion in the front. So once again, you've got to choose what shot am I trying to hit, and do I have the right club?
This is Brandt Snedeker's 4th shot. This for what would be a disappointing bogey for Brandt.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Just a shade over par, +1. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realize that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Frank, our featured player, a bit wobbly of late. This is an important approach shot.
It is. Time to just hit the brakes, do a little reset. Things aren't completely lost yet. Start to get back to that positive frame of mind.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think, you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Oh, another one goes in.
Frank, the 9th hole is called Olympus. Feels as though Russell Crowe should be standing on the tee, starring in some sort of a movie about the Greek gods.
I knew you'd go like Titans in that down there. But this golf course is for the mere mortals, Rich. This isn't for the Greek gods and the Titans of the world. They might think they are, but this is for you and me. This is for everybody. 36 handicappers. We can all play here.
And yet again, he has hit it off the tee and into the bunker. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
You see that kind of work from the bunker, you think of the greats like Seve Ballesteros and Gary Player, the best bunker players of all time. Brandt Snedeker has this for par. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just a little tap in here. So our featured player will lose a shot. The question is, has the player lost their way completely? Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo playing Chambers Bay out in the state of Washington in the great northwest of the United States. Frank, let's take a closer look now at the 10th hole.
Well, you can see where you've got to go by virtue of the dunes left and right. This is one of the few greens that is well bunkered around. So you can see it short, short right, short left, and there's another little bunker just on the left side. So it's a tricky little second shot coming in here.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Second shot now on the way for Brandt Snedeker.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, looks like it's going to be in the rough. That's a bit offline in the rough. This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players, the ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. He has this for par. That's a par. Stays at +2. Getting set to tee off at the 11th hole, long par 4, 537 yards. Frank, how do you play this hole, with a bazooka?
Yeah, try and take that dune out of play, that's for sure, in the middle of the fairway. Bunkers down the left are more for scenic rather than, they're not really problematic for the player off the tee. Just, as I said, hit it over that dune, and then really there's a ridge in the middle of this green, so you've got to be on the right level. This is way left going left.
And that one's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. In there about 14 feet from the hole. Good shot. Getting set now over the putt. No doubt about that one. That was struck with confidence. Measuring 311 yards, the 12th Frank seems to offer an opportunity for a player to do something pretty dramatic here.
Yeah, it's called the Narrows. Really, it should be called the Temptation, because what player stands on a tee knowing he can reach and doesn't take up the gauntlet?
And once again, off the tee and in the bunker. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just trying to aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
That's a sensible approach shot right there. In good position on the green. Crowd is hushed as Snedeker looks at the birdie putt.
Now putt for par.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Two over for the day. Now at the 13th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, this one bends to the right, par 4.
It doesn't mean that you have to cut it or move the ball in that direction. Ideally, really, anything down the left side of the fairway would be well suited for this hole. There is a central bunker that sort of protects the front middle of this green. You can go in left of that or right of that, but this is a beefy par 4, 4 on the card, and you are not losing ground.
The second shot now to the par 4.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And into the thicker stuff.
Let's see if he can bludgeon this one out.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. Well, this one's tracking. This one has a chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt. Frank, this is the 5th par 4 in a row, and they're not easy. This one here at 14, really a daunting tee shot.
It is. That's why it's called Cape Fair. A true Cape hole in golf, Rich, is when you've got to decide how much you want to bite off when you hit across a slight dogleg. And this one, really, you're going to be rewarded the further left you can go. There is one little bunker in the middle of the fairway that you have to avoid. That's going to be 320 or so yards off the tee. This hole, 546 yards, you're going to see a variety of second shots, or the length of second shots here, determined purely by the bravery of the tee shot. Well, where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker. Frank, this is the 3rd shot from the fairway bunker.
Yeah, good lie. And once again, just making sure you have enough loft to carry the lip in front of you, and really then focus about the target in front.
Frank, that reminds you of maybe what, the greatest bunker player of all time? Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Always take that. Good par putt right there. Frank, normally in a golf course, you don't want to spend too much time in the trees, with the trees, around the trees, but part of me wants to go up and hug this tree because he's all alone. It's the only tree on the whole golf course.
Well, I know you're a tree hugger, Rich, I really do. But at 246 yards, when they play this off the back tee at the US Open, believe me, nobody's hugging that tree. They're just trying to make 3.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think, you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Pretty good shot right there. Brent Snedeker needs this for a par. Needs birdies at some point, but will take the par to stay at 2 over. Now to the 16th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, it is a pretty short hole. What are the chances to come out of here with a birdie?
Well, you've just come off the short 15th. You can get on a little bit of a run here, providing you get in the fairway first. You're not going to have an overly long second shot here. But once again, this is a precision hole, a little bit like 15. This is a tabletop green, so you're going to have to be right on the money with that second shot.
And it is not looking like a good lie. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par. It's no snack, though.
Bang! Has it. Just 2 holes left to play. Now a par 3, the 17th, 218 yards, and all sorts of trouble, Frank, down that right.
Well, if you weren't beached at the 16th, then there's a chance you can be derailed, which is what this hole's called, at 17. Difficult par 3. You can see the bunker there in front, and once again, wind conditions. This is going to probably require one of the best tee shots, especially in the closing stages of a US Open.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Solid par. Now to the 18th hole. Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realize that Chambers Bay was designed as a walking golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department of your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Frank, this was our first trip to Chambers Bay here in the state of Washington, and it provided a stunning and dramatic backdrop for the national championship for the U.S. Open.
It's been a fun time in the US Open history. We had Pinehurst in 2014, and go to a true links course in Chambers Bay has realised that golf shouldn't be stereotyped.